is going to have control over that, and it's just a question of, are they going to let you live your life, or are they going to decide to do things to circumvent what you want to do? And think about what we've already seen. In Canada, you remember when the truckers were protesting the vax mandates, you know, they had banks, some of the government froze some of their banks. You had charities that were trying to help these guys, and that was frozen. So we've already seen government really overstep its bounds as it is in the banking situation and financial sector that we have now. Can you imagine if we went to something like a central bank digital currency? So I'm glad that we're at the tip of the spear on this. I think it's really important that states stand up to fight back against some of the things that are going on, well, most of the things that are going on right now in Washington, because they don't have your best interests at heart. They have their own power at heart. They have their own agenda that they're looking to advance. And so I think this will be great legislation. I look forward. We're already talking to the leaders in the legislature. I think this is something that is going to happen, and I look forward to being able to sign it into law later this year. And I do think if you look at how other things are going on by using the economy to advance a political agenda, we have this idea of ESG, environment, social governance, which is basically just a veneer for people to use banks, financial institutions, the economy, to advance an ideological agenda. And it's an agenda that is trying to impose really leftism on the country. They've gone after gun owners, dealers. They go after people that they don't like to try to marginalize them. So we've actually been one of the leading states in fighting back against that. We're going to enact protections for Floridians against being discriminated against by these big financial institutions based on your religious practices, your political affiliation, because it seems that this is a one-way ratchet where they're trying to marginalize people on the other side of the political spectrum. So this central bank digital currency is, I think, a huge part, but it's only one part of an overall movement to try to use the levers of economic power to control society and to impose an agenda on society. Mind you, an agenda that would not be able to win at the ballot box in society. So these are people that are trying to make an end run around that process, and they want to be able to impose their worldview on our society without being held accountable by any type of an electorate, and that is wrong. And this idea of a central bank digital currency is also wrong. Okay, yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am?
Hi, Megan from the Florida Standard. We wanted to know what your thoughts are on the rumored Trump indictment, and if you have any role in it. If charges are brought on him, will you have any role in extradition to New York?
So I've seen rumors swirl. I have not seen any facts yet, and so I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know this. The Manhattan District Attorney is a Soros-funded prosecutor. And so he, like other Soros-funded prosecutors, they weaponize their office to impose a political agenda on society at the expense of the rule of law and public safety. He has downgraded over 50% of the felonies to misdemeanors. He says he doesn't want to even have jail time for the vast, vast majority of crimes. And what we've seen in Manhattan is we've seen the crime rate go up, and we've seen citizens become less safe. And so you're talking about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is that if you have a prosecutor who is ignoring crimes happening every single day in his jurisdiction, and he chooses to go back many, many years ago to try to use something about porn star hush money payments, that's an example of pursuing a political agenda and weaponizing the office. And I think that that's fundamentally wrong. I also think it's important to point out when you're talking about these Soros-funded prosecutors, yes, they may do a high-profile politicized prosecution, and that's bad, but the real victims are ordinary New Yorkers, ordinary Americans in all these different jurisdictions, that they get victimized every day because of the reckless political agenda that these Soros DAs bring to their job. They ignore crime and they empower criminals, and that hurts people. It hurts a lot of people every single day. These Soros district attorneys are a menace to society, and I'm just glad that I'm the only governor in the country that's actually removed one from office during my tenure. And in terms of we are not involved in this.